Mr. Vice President and Administrator Bridenstine, this is Mission Control, Houston. Please call station for a voice check. Bridenstine, this is Mission Control, Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Houston, this is NASA headquarters, NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine. How do you read me?
Mr. Bridenstine, we have you loud and clear, and we are happy to welcome you aboard the International Space Station tonight.
Well, thank you, Colonel. Thank you for doing this. It's a great event, and we're celebrating a big achievement in the history of American spaceflight. We have a very special guest here today, and I'd just like to turn it over to the Vice President for some opening comments, and then we might have some questions. Mr. Vice President.
Great. Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you for your great leadership at NASA as our administrator, and it's great to share a few moments with you and these two courageous astronauts to celebrate what's been a great week in the American space program. So
yes, sir. Thanks
for your leadership. And hello to the International Space Station, to American astronaut Lieutenant Colonel Ann McClain. Greetings. I know you've been up there since December, and it's great to be able to send greetings from home to you, but let me also extend greetings to our Canadian astronaut, David Saint-Jacques. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your great partnership in this endeavor. It's my great honor to be here at Space Operations Center at NASA headquarters in Washington, D.C. And to first and foremost, Ann, thank you for your service to the country. Thank you for your service in the U.S. Army, and of course, as a proud member of the Astronaut Corps for the United States. I expect you know that this is an administration led by a president who is determined to renew American leadership in space. And this week's launch of an American spacecraft from American soil that will soon take American astronauts into space for the first time since 2011 is evidence of our renewed commitment to leadership. And Ann, you're a big part of that. You're part of a great tradition, and we appreciate your service and the sacrifice that you're making. I'm chairman, as you know, of the National Space Council, and I can tell you this is an exciting time in the life of this space program, and we're so grateful for your service. I also want to say congratulations to you and to David and to the whole team at the International Space Station on the successful docking of the Crew Dragon spacecraft. This was a great week. It was inspiring to see the launch. It was actually more inspiring to see the docking and to see you all open that door and float into that spacecraft, knowing that we'll very soon have American astronauts arriving at the International Space Station in the same vehicle. We think it was a great moment. People around the nation and frankly around the world watched with great interest, and we just congratulate you all for your service and for helping to bring that important moment about. But Lieutenant Colonel McClain, I was just kind of wondering what was it like for you to watch the arrival of the Crew Dragon? Tell me about that experience, and tell me what it means to you as a member of this program to see American rockets that can carry American astronauts back into space once again, taking to the air and to the heavens.
Well, Mr. Vice President, it's an honor to speak with you this evening, and to everyone else gathered there. I can tell you that witnessing the Dragon docking up here on the International Space Station, I think for both of us, for our whole crew, was a real honor. We feel very privileged to have been a part of it. Much like a lot of my experiences in spaceflight, there's an intersection of the practical and the magical, and this docking was no different. You know, we had a task to do. We were on the machines, and we were monitoring, you know, ranges and rates and system health. But in the back of our mind, you know, when we got up that morning and throughout the day, we knew how significant it was. and how important it was really for the whole history of spaceflight. I said it before, it is a new era, and we knew this cognitively a few years ago that we were on the cusp of amazing feats in space exploration, and that momentum is building. And this docking was something I'll never forget, and that I just really feel privileged to have a front row seat to. I think we are changing the face of spaceflight.
Did it give you greater confidence that there weren't any pilots in the seats, or were there some anxious moments that as the Crew Dragon approached? I just wonder how that felt being a pilot.
Well, sir, being a military pilot and watching the transition to unmanned aerial vehicles over the last few years, I got to put my pitch in that every vehicle that flies should have a pilot in it. That being said, I think Ripley's doing a great job in there. Obviously, she's taken a lot of data that it's very important to secure the safety of our astronauts, who hopefully by here in a few months will get to ride in this vehicle. As far as our experiences with the docking, what was different is normally a vehicle comes close and we grapple it with a robotic arm, we bring it in, and so there's a level of safety there, and this one was a little bit different. However, the training was fantastic. The safety measures were redundant, and we certainly know what actions to take should anything off nominal happen. But of course, it was a beautiful docking.
It really was a job well done, and I commend you and the whole team at the International Space Station. To our Canadian partner, David Saint-Jacques, any of your reflections seeing an American spacecraft making its way to the International Space Station, expanding our capability to take advantage of not only that platform, but to continue to extend human exploration from North America into space?
Yes, thank you for the question, Mr. Vice President. It is quite a privilege to be here for these historic days, and I must say it was moving to see the birth of a new tool for exploration for the next generation of space explorers that will come after us. And this is really the opening of a new era, as we like to hear, and I think it's true. And it was as a member of the international partnership that is following America's lead in these new endeavors. It is always kind of how can I say this? It's moving and kind of exhilarating to witness the might and the drive that has always been behind NASA's determination to explore further. And we're very privileged to be part of this coalition, and I'm sure that generations to come will see a growing and growing international collaboration, because that is the gem of human spaceflight in my mind, is that it brings all humanity together towards a common goal, and we get to see that the differences between us are important, but not as important as what drives us to work together towards a common goal.
Well, David, thank you for those wonderful sentiments, and I can assure you that we are renewing, to use your phrase, the might and drive behind NASA every day, and we're grateful. We're grateful for the partnership that we enjoy with Canada and so many countries around the world. And I don't want to lose the connection that happens to me on my cell phone from time to time, and I know it's a little more challenging at this distance, but I know you have an important spacewalk coming up later this month. I understand that it is going to be the first all-female EVA in history. Can you talk to us about your preparations?
Yes, sir. We have a series of 3 spacewalks occurring at the end of March, and out of the 4 USOS crew, the 3 Americans and David, we will each get a chance to step outside and do some repairs outside of the space station. David and I have been preparing for a few weeks now, and getting the suits ready, getting the systems ready, studying the procedures, and getting the team ready. As you know, the other half of our team will not arrive until about a week before the spacewalks. So a lot of technical preparations to make sure everything is ready. But the space station's been up here for 20 years, and it's time to do some upgrades on the outside, and we are ready.
Well, listen, I will let you go. Congratulations again to you, Lieutenant Colonel McClain. We couldn't be more proud of you. Couldn't be more proud of our entire astronaut corps. And David, thank you again for taking a few moments with us and for your service to your country and to the mission on the International Space Station. It has been an exciting and an inspiring week to see not only the launch of the Crew Dragon, but the successful docking at the International Space Station. And I can assure you we've got a busy year ahead of us. And it's going to be a year where we continue to see evidence of America's renewed commitment to leadership in space and to advancing human exploration in space. And you're a part of that great tradition. David, you're part of a great international partnership, and we commend you all for the success of this mission, and we wish you God's blessings in the days ahead as you serve up in the vast expanse of space on the International Space Station. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Mr. Vice President. We certainly can feel your support, and we know we're in good hands with the National Space Council. So thank you for everything. The future is bright.
Great. Thank you both.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. So, as they said, it's a new era in human spaceflight. And, of course, the technology is a piece of it. A bigger piece is really a precedent that you set about a year ago at the Space Symposium when you talked about NASA being a tenant and not the landlord in low Earth orbit. So the new era is not just the technology. The new era is the new concept that NASA can be one customer of many customers in low Earth orbit where there is a robust commercial marketplace. And at the same time, we can have numerous providers that are competing on cost and innovation, driving down cost, increasing access to space. And right now we're doing that with launch. But in the coming days, it's not just going to be launch. In the coming days, it's going to be the entire architecture in low Earth orbit. The International Space Station has proven all of the amazing capabilities that we can receive from a microgravity environment and from a space environment. And when we talk about the future, we're talking about the future where there could be multiple commercial space stations in low Earth orbit. And we're moving rapidly towards that vision that you established last year at the Space Symposium, where we are, in essence, a tenant and not the landlord, driving down cost, increasing access, then using the money that you have so graciously given us in the budget requests, you and the President, increasing our budget so that we can go to the moon. And not just go to the moon, but this time go sustainably. So this, I think David said it just right. Ann, of course, said it as well. This is a new era in human spaceflight. And your vision and leadership, the vision and leadership of the President is, as she said, it is felt. And we are very grateful, sir.
Well, thank you, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again for your leadership. And thank you both. We're just incredibly proud of this program. And I promise you, under the leadership of President Trump, with this great leadership here at NASA, with this great team on Earth and in space, the best is yet to come for human space exploration. And I'm excited to be able to share this time with you today. So thanks, and God bless.
Thank you. Awesome.
That's good.
Appreciate it.
It was fun.
Yeah. You want to get a picture with the ISS?
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. It was an honor to have you aboard the space station today. Station, we're resuming operational audio communications.